now this is the page I was mentioning before, where it shows you the estimated amount. This is what we had previously, right, as the estimated refund. And now, after filling out all the real data, this is what the actual refund amount is going to be. Now, I didn't really know exactly what I was typing in. I was entering these random numbers. So that's where the variance comes from, because I was just repeating myself and entering in different amounts. But assuming that you filled out everything the same way, the refund amount would be the same. Here's our Georgia, our state refund amount as well, depending on the information that we've entered. So at this point, if everything is looking good, I can click on the next button. Now we're really getting into the actual stuff that we do have to print out, the 8879. And depending on how you've configured the program, you also have the capability of capturing the taxpayer's signature remotely. You know, if you have an the multi-site online program, it does have the capability to use an electronic signature pad to capture the signature of the taxpayer, or the remote sign capability, which is really nice. It'll basically use the taxpayer's cell phone as a de facto electronic signature pad. They can just sign using their phone. But again, this depends on how your office is configured and what exactly you'll be using. So depending on your situation, hopefully you'll have these tools available to you, because they do make life easier. But that's, I guess, up to Rossi. Now here, I do have to confirm that I got the consent of use form, and I have the signed 8879, be it with the electronic signature pad or be it with, regular pen and paper. I do have to confirm that I have this information in order to proceed. If I don't have this, and I try to click next, the program is not going to like that. It's telling me that I have to have this to move forward. I have to have this signed and ready to go. So it's a good reminder for everyone and it'll make sure that you're doing your due diligence and not missing any signatures, because you do definitely want to have those signatures before filing the return. And now we're back to this refund page, where we get to select, how exactly the taxpayer wants to get their refund, whether or not it's a refund check, a direct deposit. Here's my bank product check, a refund transfer check, or a refund transfer direct deposit. So actually, let me choose this refund transfer check just so we can see how that works. I have the option to e-file the federal, and I'm also going to e-file the state as well. If I wanted to paper file it, I can click on that, and it won't e-file that state. But e-filing is where you want to be. So I'll just choose that. There's my refund amount. There's my fees, my tax prep fees, and also adjustments. If there's any manual adjustments that we need to make, this is where you can do this. If you have to make an additional $50 fee, I don't know, say it's what would I call this? Let's say bank fee for some reason. But you could add a description here, enter in the amount, and it'll tack itself on to the total amount of the fees. If it's you could also do a discount, by the way. If it's a discount, enter that information. All you have to do is enter in a negative 50, and there we are. There's the total amount of fees deducted already. Very straightforward. I'm going to leave it blank, though, just so we can have the regular tax prep fees. And then we'll click on Next. And now, since we are using a bank product, it's kind of allowing us to confirm that information, making sure everything is okay. Are they a prior year client for bank products? I'll choose no for that one, and then I'll click on Next. Simple as that. Here, I have to print out since they are using a bank product, we have to print out these forms. We have to print out the bank documents, capture the signature for that bank document, stating that they are agreeing to use a bank product as a way to receive the refund amount. So you can print out that information, capture that signature right now, and then confirm that you have received it. To move forward, I'll click on Next, and there we are. The last thing that we couldn't do that was on the training outline is the submission of the tax return. And it's as simple as clicking on the Submit button, confirming that, yeah, you're going to be doing that. You can go back if you need to by simply clicking on the name or updating the filing status from here. You can print out a final version of the PDF of this tax return directly from here. It confirms that you've received the bank application. But the final step would be to click on the Submit for Review button. And depending on your, the capabilities of you as a user, you may have the ability to e-file directly to the IRS. You may have the ability to submit it for review, which is the way this tax preparer is configured. I can't really e-file, but I could kind of submit it so that it's ready to be e-filed. That's what I have the capability of doing right now. So you click on that, and off it goes. Off it'll go. And it'll return, if I go back to my tax returns area, here's the taxpayer that I created right here. I can always go back. Anything as I go along and save my progress in the return, it'll save it, so I can leave, click on this tax returns tab, and go back to the tax return directly from there.